Hello everyone, good evening. So today we are going to start one desktop automation. So today we'll try to automate two desktop application. Whatever I will this software, desktop software, I will share with you also after this training. So today we are going to start one banking system desktop software. So here you can see here this is the desktop software, and here we can see here we have a credential like that. You can see your username and password, and we can go for the login. Okay. So first thing what we have to do here, we have to launch this application and you have to go for the login this test application. For the first question, whenever you're going to log in the system, before going to automation, we have to check like that how we are able to launch the system, launch the application, the first thing. Second thing, if you are going for username and password, suppose that here my username is admin, okay, and password is suppose that password, okay. So this is the correct ID and password. But after writing all the things password, if I press enter, so I am able to log in inside the system or not. Okay, because lots of application, if you go directly, you can able to log in. Okay, so we'll check the feasibility test like if we are able to log in or yes or not. Okay, so we'll check the first functionality. Whenever you're going to automate any type process, first check manually we are able to automate yes or no. Okay, so if you are able to automate, how we are going for that? Directly we can go for username, tab, password, because in lots of application, if you go web-based application, in that application, what happened if you pass the username and admin, and after that if you want to pass the password directly, you cannot come to the second point. Okay, so there you can use the tab means after this id you can go for the password. Okay, so you can go for the password and you can go for the login. Okay, so there we can go for admin and password and login. Okay, so right now if I'm passing this password and if I'll go for enter, it's not working. But if we are going for login, it's working fine. Okay, so first I will tell you how to launch this application and how to go for the login. The first thing, we'll go through hard coded, then variable, and then window credential. Multiple things we'll see one by one. Okay, because tomorrow if you go for any interview across world, people will ask you if you're going to automate any web-based application and desktop-based application. So where you will keep the credential? Credential means like that whatever the ID and password. So where you will keep? The first question they will ask you. Okay, so let me show you the things here. This is the new project RPA for 27th August. If you want to create any new project, you can go to the home, and here I'm creating the new one because in that old laptop I have a project. So here I'm giving the today date like that 21st August desktop automation. One second, 21st August basic program. I'm giving the name. Okay. So here I'm giving the project name is 30 August basic program, and inside that we have a C users, Naveen PC, documents, and Uipath folder. Okay. So in every system, automatically it will take your username, and inside the documents it will automatically create one folder that is Uipath, and we'll go for the create. Okay. So right now we are going to launch this project, and creating the workspace means where you want to coding. It will create your workspace. It will add your dependency and it will provide it. Okay. So right now this is my project called 31st August basic program, and inside this project what I will do, I'll go for add and I'll go for the folder. Okay, directly also you can go for the new and you can go for the sequence flowchart, but here I'm taking the folder wise. Okay, so I'll go for add folder, and here I'm giving this thing as a 31st August desktop automation. Okay, so here we are getting this folder, and here I'll go for again add and I'll go for the flowchart. Okay, here I'm giving UI demo desktop application. Okay, so within 1 minute of time or 2 minutes of time, we are able to create the project and flowchart, everything done. Okay, so Uipath is so smart, we are able to do all things within 5 minute time. So right now what we'll do, we'll try to go for activity, everything dependent on your activity. Right now I'll try to take the open application activity, especially for launching any type of desktop application, whatever the notepad, whatever the calculator, any type of desktop application you are able to launch. Okay, not PDF. Okay, I'll go for open application, indicate on screen. Okay, so whatever the application you want to automate, you have to keep in backend and you are able to automate. Okay, so whenever you're going to automate, always keep your application in your middle, like that you are able to take the proper way. Okay, so right now again I'll go for indicate on screen and I'll try to indicate these things. Okay, So here, one thing I will say, if you go for multiple tool like the blueprint and automation anywhere, there, if your application is available in your C, E, D, whatever, proper you have to provide in blueprint. If you go, if you're going to automate the Internet Explorer, if you want to automate the Mozilla Firefox, if you want to automate any type of application, so whatever the path, okay, so suppose that my Internet Explorer path is .exe file is in your Naveen PC program file C, whatever the path, you have to provide the path. Without providing the path, it will not work. But Uipath is so advanced, you can see here automatically. I have not given any path, but automatically if you come, it's already taken your D software and UI demo exe. Okay, so automatically it's taken the path, so not required to provide in path. Automatically Uipath take your path. Okay, so this is the open application for the launching this application. Okay, after that, what you can see here. So whenever you come to this application, let me come here. So when you open, the first thing we have this is the text box. Okay, so username and password, we have a password wall and we have a login screen. You have to click this part, text box and second text box, and click on login. So for anywhere in your web desk or desktop, this is the text box. So for especially for text box, we have a type into application. Okay, type into activity. We'll go for type into activity. Simple drag and drop this part. So this is the first way, simple drag and drop. If you double click also, we can take. This is the second way. Third way, you can click plus sign and you can select your activity. So three way to keep your activity inside your workflow designer. Okay, so from Uipath UI until this arrow button, this is called workflow designer panel where we design the workflow. Okay, so right now here I'll indicate for in screen for the ID, that is the type into, and that is the password. Okay, and after that we'll go for the click. So click is your activity for clicking there. Go for login. Okay, so right now here we have to pass the password. The first thing I will tell you, first thing people learn how to pass with double quote. In double quote also we can pass admin. Okay, that's good. Second thing, if you want to pass with variable, that is the very good things, because password we can pass multiple place. Multiple place means either this one time variable I will create and I can pass in multiple place. So right now what I will do, let me go here. Here I'll go for the password, and for password here I'll create one variable. Okay, so here I can go for variable and here we'll create. Let me go one thing. So here I'll create one variable, that is the pass. Okay, so in string and this type of things will go for this part UI demo desktop, and here I'll pass the password as a password. Okay, okay, the first thing we have passed the password. If you want, you can go for here and we can pass the password. Okay, control space and we can pass the password, and let me check it's working fine or not. Okay, so let me run and go for run file. One second. Let me run again, actually across this system. I'm closing all this application and let me run again. Okay. So there we are getting some problem. Let me check that what we are getting the problem. So whenever you're running this program, every time you have to check like that we are getting this exe or not. So your agent is already going on. So either it will throw exception, either it will work fine. Okay, so by default time is 30 seconds. So if you go for any interview, they will ask you what is the response time and how much time you will get the exception. Okay, so you can see your source open application UI demo cannot find the. Okay, so we have problem of open application. Okay, so we have problem of open application. So this application is not working. Okay, I will show you what is the problem. Let me check again. So this application will try to proper spy. Okay, so there is a proper spy problem. Let me go here. Let me run again. So you admin and password is your password. Let me check again. Save and run the program. Okay. So right now it's working fine. Password, it's working fine. Okay. Second thing, try to understand here. I have passed my admin and password. Okay. And in the same company, I think lots of colleagues they are working. So you don't want to show the system. You don't want to show the password. That is the very good things I'm telling you. If you don't want to show the password, you can do another things. We have an activity that is called get password. Okay. So get password directly we can take, and it will not show you password directly. You can pass in this password one. We can create one variable, but this password is not visible. If you come to my variables panel, if anyone want to take this password, anyone can go in development and he can check this password part. And if I will share this program to anyone, can check this. This is the password I can take from here. But if you use the get password, so here I can use the password. Okay, I can pass the things, but you cannot understand whatever I am passing this data. Okay, so I can change the password, but without my permission, without providing these details, you cannot extract the data. And in this part, I can pass Control K, and here I'll pass V password. So this is the variable we pass each variable. I have already passed, and same variable I'll pass into this type into. Okay, so I'll go for V pass. Okay, that's fine. So if I will run right now also, it will work fine. Okay, let me check. So through variable also I've created, and through get password also I provided. So get password, anybody cannot understand the password. Okay, only that is up to me. So right now it's working fine. Okay, so right now this application is working fine. We'll go ahead and we'll pass the data. This is the banking application. You can see here we are going for caching, honest check, not on check. Okay, so our use case is we have to fill the data, and after that we'll click on accept button, and after that whatever the transaction number we are getting from here, we have to display through message box. We have to display this data into this UiPath output panel, and after that what you have to do, we have to write the data into one notepad. Okay, so right now you can see here 31st August basic program execution started. 31st August basic program execution edited 3 seconds. Okay, so this is your response time. If you go anywhere interview, they will ask you this question. So through output panel, you are able to check like that what is your response time. Okay, so right now after this login button, I'll go for providing the data into your caching. Okay, so that's why I'm taking this part as a type into. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. We'll go for 3 part. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, and after that we'll go for the click activity. Okay, so we'll try to indicate on screen. We'll try to go for caching. We'll try to go for not on a check. So multiple press. We'll go one by one, and we'll provide the data. We'll go for not. So after that, what we'll do, we'll go for the click button. So simple. We'll try to indicate on screen. We'll go for accept button. So here in every data, I'll provide the data like the double quote, and I pass the data like it 10,000 I have deposit, and this data in dollar form. So here $5,000, and here also I will come and I pass the data like it $9,000. Okay. So after that, I will tell you we have to extract the data like it 22442221. Okay, so we have to extract. So that's why for extracting the data, we'll take the activity that is named get text. Okay, so get text activity we'll try to take from here. Simple drag and drop this get text and extract like that. So here what we'll do, we'll go for this variable type, and we'll go for Control K, and we'll go for V underscore Control K, and we'll go for V underscore get text. Okay. Okay. So right now I'll go for paper. After that, what I will do, I'll go for right line. Right line. One second, let me check again. So this is the activity right line. First, I want to display the data into one output panel. Here, I'll pass the data V get text output. I'll go for V get text output, and after that, we'll display the data in one message box. So that's why I will take one message box, and the same variable I'll pass here. So that is the V get text output. Okay. After that, what I want to do, I want to write the data in one text file. Okay, so that's why what I will do, I'll go for write text file. Write text file is specifically for writing the data into text file. Okay, simple drag and drop this activity, write text file, and here I'll go for text part. Okay, so here I'll go for we get text output, and this is the variable. Try to understand. Write text file always asks what you want to write and where you want to write. Okay, so I want to write the data, whatever the transaction number I'm getting, I want to write. Okay, but here try to understand the one thing here. If you come get text activity, let me show you this data. After that, I will change the data. Write file name where you want to save. So here I'll go for folder, and here I want to save here. So I'll pass the transaction. After that, what do you have to do? We have to close this application. Okay, so this application you can see here, it's working fine right now. If you want to close this application, so either you can go for exit or either we can go for close application. Okay, right now I'm going through close application because close application work everywhere. If you have a notepad, if you have a calculator, everywhere you can use the close application. Exit button you will not get in every application, so that's why always try with close application. Okay, I'll try to indicate on this application, and I will go ahead. Okay, try to understand here one thing. If I run the program will work fine, but again clients say like that, whenever you're going to run this program, whenever you're going to automate this program, what you do, you have to close all the application. You can see here right now we have a 3 window, one login window, and second this application is already open. Let me run again program. So when I will run again, it will launch your 4th window. Let me show you. Okay, everything working fine. 612603, everything working fine. You can see here. So whatever the application we have launched, that is closed, that's fine. But my client say like, whenever you're going to launch the application, always try to close all the application whatever working in background. Okay, so like that, whatever already launched, whatever 1 2 3, if my here we have more than 10, more than 4 window, so also that will work fine. Right now I can show you. So I'm going to open in front of you 1 2 3 4 more than 2 more times. Okay, you can see here. So if my application is more than 100, more than 1000 also, so there my application should work fine. Okay, so my client selected, you have to close all the applications. So especially for closing all the application, either one we'll use the kill process. Kill process activity especially for killing your process whatever already launched. Okay, so before that I will connect with the start. The first thing, if your activity is not connected to the kill process, it will not work. So that's why here I'll go for set starting. Okay, if you ask me how we can recognize the same application is working in taskbar, okay, I will show you. So we have to go for Control Alt and Delete. That is a task manager we can go for directly. And in task manager, we have to check whatever things already going on, like the Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Notepad, PyCharm, UI demo, multiple applications. You can see here more than 5 to 6 already going on. What is the name? The name is U capital, D capital, UI and demo. The same thing I'll pass into your application. Let me show you. Okay, so same thing, I will come here and I can pass in kill process. Okay, so that is the process name. Here I'll go for double quote, and here I'll pass the U for UI demo. Okay, go for OK button. Okay, so if I will run this program again, what will happen? Whatever the application already going on backend, everything it will close. Let me run this program again. So already I've connected the skill process and we have connected the open application. So first it will try to clear all the process. It's working fine. Admin password and go for login, and it's going cache in, honest check, not on check, accept. And right now I'm getting this 972862. This is the transaction number I'm getting here. And here I'll click on OK button. And after that, it will close the application. Okay. First thing. Second thing, here, if you come to this my application, let me show you. So if you open this part, so we are getting only transaction, whatever the we have extracted from there. But if anyone want to add the reference like that, I will tell you. So here I want to add the reference. Okay. If you go for login, let me show you. So after login, whenever you pass some data, we are getting the transaction number 287732. Okay. But before this data, you can see here, we are getting this transaction hash. Okay. So here before variable, I want to add only transaction number equal to. Okay. So here in your right line, I will add also. Okay. Before that, if you go to my output panel, we are getting only number. Okay. 972862. But if you add some hard coded like the data, it will show like a transaction equal to this variable. Okay. So here in double quote, I'll go for that and plus sign, and here I'll pass double quote UI demo transaction equal to. Okay. So like this way we can pass, and I can copy all the things and I can pass in message box, and everywhere we can pass. Okay. So write text file message box and write text file. Here I'll also go, and here I'll pass the data. One second. Not here. I'll go for text file. Okay. So whatever you want to write, I want to change this data, and we'll try to close application. Before that, I want to do also delay like that. 1 second of delay, 2 second of delay, whatever you want, we can go for that part. Okay. So this is the delay part. Here I'll come, and here I'll pass 0, 0, 1 second of wait. Okay. I want to pass 1 second of wait. Let me go for okay, and let me run this program. Okay. So if your application is already open, either one application, 10 application, 1000 application, whatever. Okay. Right now I will try to go for run file, and I'll try to run this program. Okay. So first it will try to clear process. It will go for new admin password and go for login. Okay. Right now we're getting the proper UI demo transaction equal to 323190. Click for OK. And right now the first thing will get the output panel also. UI demo transaction equal to 323 and 190. Okay. We have written the data into one text file also. I can show you. We have to go inside this project, and we have to go inside this file explorer. We have to go inside this part like that, your transaction, and here we'll go for open with notepad, and I can show you. Okay, we are getting the proper things. Okay, that's good. We are getting all things data into one notepad, and notepad every time you can see here the current time 7:33 IST. Okay, it's working fine. Okay. So suppose that everything fine, I have done this part. So if you ask me the best practice whenever you're going for the hand over this code to the your solution architect or any client team, so always keep your what I can say, your workflow neat and clean. The first thing. Second thing, today I have done the coding. I have already provided the 1, 2, 3, 4 and up to 10 activity you can see here. Okay, that's good. The client or any colleague can understand the things whatever we have done. But try to understand the one thing here. We have done the 10 activity, but tomorrow if you want to do the 1000 activity, 100 activity, I can say 50 activity. Okay, so there if you're going to hand over this application or project or process to anyone, anybody cannot understand whatever you have done. Okay, so that's why in Uipath we can add one thing that is called annotation. Annotation is nothing but reference of your application. Okay, so I can say like it about your application work. Okay, so here I'll go for annotation. Okay, so go for add annotation, and here I will add. So I can provide here UI demo desktop application automation. Okay, so according to your project, according to your process, you can pass, but right now only I passed UI demo desktop application automation. Hard coded. Okay. Anything you can write here. Okay. So depend on your work, you can pass. Okay, so this is called annotation. So annotation is specially we provide for your reference, because anybody can understand. We have automated the UI demo desktop application automation through hard coded. So annotation you can pass here, and the same thing of annotation, one activity also we have. I can show you that activity name is called comment. Okay, so comment and annotation is almost same thing, only difference is comment is your activity and annotation is your function. Okay, right now I can show you. So comment is like that, work is nothing, only for the providing the reference. I can show you. Okay, so comment and your what I can say annotation, both are same thing. Whatever you are writing there, I can pass here and I can show you. Okay, and I will connect like this. Okay, so whatever the things here I passed, control A, control C, and in comment I'll try to pass the data. Okay, so it can indicate only for indication. The same thing if you go for SQL Server database, the same thing we do in SQL Server database, especially for remark the things whatever we have done. Okay, so like that, either you can go for comment, either you can go for the that is UI demo, like that you can go for the annotation. Okay, so this is the things you have to go for any desktop application. So right now you can see here, if you go to this application, we have done the first thing as a hard coded, and second thing we have done through variable, the things as a, but right now also if you come here, this is the hard coded. Okay, so right now whatever the data, whatever the static data, we have passed through hard coded. Okay, but here we have not stored anywhere. Okay, tomorrow maybe it will anybody can delete. Okay, lots of things we can happen. Okay, but if you go for any interview, they can ask you where you can store your desktop password or web-based application password. So first thing I can say, you can store, this is also good things like you can pass in variable, you can keep, you can store to the client. Okay, but if you ask me how many types of you can store data, so first thing you can keep inside this variables panel. Second thing, you are able to store into your window credential. Second thing, window credential. Third thing, you are able to store into any Excel sheet. Fourth thing, you are able to store into orchestrator asset. Okay, so like there are multiple way to store the data you are able to keep. Okay, so right now we have done through variable part. If you ask me how we can go for the window credential, so first you have to understand how we can store the data into your window manually like that. We will go here and I can show you, that is the manage window credential. Okay, so we'll go for manage window credential. So you have to come here and you have to go for add a generic credential. You have to go for add generic credential, and here we are getting the target name. This is the target name, means whatever the target name, whatever the name you are giving here, the same you will come here in UiPath and you have to provide the target name. Okay, if you ask me where you have to provide, so especially we have a one activity, that is the get secure credential, but here I will not that activity. So for every activity, you know that we have project panel and we have a dependency. So by default, if you install this dependency, if you start any project, by default you provide the 4 dependency, that is the Excel, mail, system, and UI automation. So right now we don't have that activity, means that package is not installed, so that's why we are not getting. So what I will do, I'll go for manage package, and there I'll go for all package, and there by default I'll go for UiPath credential. Okay, so this is a standard like the package in UiPath credential. Okay, we'll go for install and we'll go for save. Okay, so right now what I will do, I will say here we'll go for check the activity, that is the get secure credential. Get secure credential activity. So you can use the get password. I will show you how to go for that. So here you can go for get secure credential, and here we'll go for the target part. Okay, so target whatever, suppose that here I will giving the B, suppose that B, the same thing here will come to the control panel and you can pass the B. Okay, so this is the way like that we can able to store the data in your manage window credential, and here I am putting the password. Okay, so today guys we have done this desktop part, desktop, how to automate desktop. Guys, please join the same meeting with the same link I have created for the 50 minutes. Okay, so please join the same meeting. I'm available here. I will ready to help you. Okay, so please join the meeting. If it will expire again, we will start the things. Okay, So here, especially for your get secure credential, so how to access the data, you can see your right side, username and password, username and password. Okay, so the same target name B and the window credential B, everything we have created, and in B I have provided ID and password, that is the A, and the password is B. Okay,